Hey, what's up, you guys? All right, in the flyweight division, we got Bruno Silva versus Tajir Wulon Bekkov. And we're familiar with Bruno Silva. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's won. Maybe he's won in the UFC recently, but I just remember him losing back to back. Tajir Wulon Bekkov, he's like a hot prospect out of Khabib's camp. Everybody knows that. And he's kind of set up to win this fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bruno Silva surprised everybody, and for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that one. But I would pick Tajir. In the women's bantamweight division, we got Tracy Cortez versus Stephanie Agger, and I'm gonna go with Tracy Cortez because I believe she's got better hands. People are kind of underestimating her hands, and she's got one hell of a chin, for sure. And Stephanie doesn't look like she likes to get hit. She doesn't like I barely watched any of her fights. I'm gonna be honest. I watched like one of her fights. And man, she just did not like to be hit. I'm like, this is one of them girls out there that just doesn't even want to fight. Kind of strange. But I'm going to go with Tracy Cortez. I think she's strong, and I think that she's a good prospect in the division as well. In the featherweight division, we got Giga Chikatsu versus Omar Morales. And I think Giga's overrated, but I think that they do like him. Omar looked good, but undersized in his last fights, but he's dropping down. He's a big strong guy, but he looked a little undersized in the division, so he's fighting at featherweight this time. And Giga's good. He has some quick hands, things like that. He can keep range, but I think Omar's just gonna eventually overpower him, and I think he's just gonna overpower him. He might even get the knockout in this one, so I'm gonna say Omar Morales. The next one we got bantamweight. We got Elk Casey versus Tony Kelly, and I was disappointed in both these guys. I think Ali is barely UFC level. I think Tony is okay, but he kind of is it Brandon Knight that he looks like? He looks like somebody, and I think that kind of skews people into thinking he's a little bit better than he is. He throws high volume, nice striking, but he looks like a fish out of the water from the bottom, and for that reason, I'm gonna go with Elk Casey on this one. The next one we got Kasanganai versus Joaquin Buckley, and I think Joaquin Buckley is barely UFC level as well, but he's a strong kid. He can hit hard, but I think he'd win like a street fight. But I just don't think he's UFC level, and I think that they realize this, and I think that's why they're pairing him with Kasanganai, who's similar build, a little bit smaller, could probably last a little bit longer, and I think he's just going to manhandle him. I'm kind of shocked that I think that they're the same age. I can't remember, but I was kind of shocked to know that because Impa just seems older, so I'm going to go with Impa. The next one we got Dawkis versus Rodrigo Naciment, and Rodrigo looked good. He's a submission artist, and he can overpower you. Dawkis looked kind of weak. I've been fading Dawkis a whole bunch lately, and but this time I'm gonna have to take the underdog in Dawkis just because I think that he does have the better hands, and but I honestly think that Rodrigo will probably win, but I'm just gonna take the underdog value in Dawkis. The next one we got Tom Breeze versus Kb Boular, and I couldn't find any tape on KB, I believe. Let me try to think. I can't remember now. I can't remember anything on him. But Tom Breeze, we know about him, and I like what I see out of Tom Breeze. Everybody else is giving him a hard time, but I think most of them guys are like that. He's just a little more honest about it, and then got caught up in it. But I'm gonna go with Tom Breeze. So that does it for the prelims.